Hello, I would like to inform you that what you're about to listen to are the views and comments from the host and guests and only reflect their own views and not the community as a whole. I hope you enjoy the podcast, and Eddie, play that banter section.
Can I, Dan? Can I just show you this? I've got
Go for it.
these clicker things, and I am so into my widgets now. Is it widgets?
Okay.
Fiddly fidget? No, fidgets. That's it. Not widgets. Fidget. Oh my god! But yes, I've got this clackety metal thing, magnets. I've got so many of them, and it's so listen to that. So
I
good. I've
love
got
that.
this clicky thing and all that. Do you have any fidgets?
I mean, I have this. I click on my mouse randomly, and I have a frog clicker,
Well,
and it lights up, and it's really cute, and it's got a little keychain on it, so I can attach it to my keys and take it with me if I'm ever out.
oh my god! I wish. Oh no!
I love this thing.
I wish
I
my
love this
one
thing.
made noises. Or this is all my keyboard, but it's in the shape of Kirby. Mine's got.
Oh, I love that.
Let me take a
Mine's a
picture.
frog. It's a frog sat on top of like a green block, I guess. But my other one is really weird. I might as well be my own cat at this point, but I have a laser for my cat, but the laser also doubles as a torch, and
Yeah.
it has a little like a black light, like a blue
Yeah.
a blue UV.
Yeah.
And I just fiddle around with that as well. Like, I don't know if you can hear
Oh yeah, absolutely.
that sound there.
Yeah.
I just fiddle around with that as well. Like I might as well be my cat at this point.
Absolutely.
I buy these things for me, not for him.
I found the other fidget thing. I got this slidey plastic thing with magnet, but the magnets are not strong enough, so that if I drop it to the floor, there are ball bearings in the middle of it. I just scatter everywhere. So I've now found that. Yes, I know it's very bad. It's very bad. But I do like my fidgets. Really, I've got to be so careful on the podcast though. So I have to drop it to the table and grip the table. So I'm like, no, don't play with
dear,
it. Don't play with it. Don't make noises. But feel free to click away during the podcast.
Yeah, sorry, you'll hear it a lot probably during this podcast as well. You'll just hear me clicking away.
No worries. Hello everybody, this is the Ed Talks About podcast, a podcast series talking about cosplay, Comic-Con, and everything else. I'm your host, Eddie, and this week we are talking about Me and My Hijab. Well, not me specifically, but you'll get the idea. Join us on the podcast is Hijabi Who. Hello. I can't remember what I called you last time. I didn't call you Hijabi, did I? I called you Danny, didn't I?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Panic for that. So yeah, this is Danny of Hijabi Who. So yes.
Hello.
So yes, I'm not the one wearing the hijab. That would be
hilarious though. I'd love to put you in a hijab.
I mean, you can. You will have to tie me down, force me under duress to wear one. No, hang on. That sounds like
Imagine.
That does sound like I'm very insensitive to the.
Imagine.
Let me just flip that. I'd be more than happy to wear one with my free will. Oh, God. Oh, God, I sound...
Imagine.
Oh, God.
Why do I put up with you again, Eddie?
I don't know. Why'd you put up with me? I think it's the other way around. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness me. We'll just say, was it? I was just asking, am I the arsehole? And I think I said, oh yeah, I did hear a phrase that said, if you meet 3 arseholes before midday, clearly you're the arsehole. But anyway, that's a lot of arseholes I've mentioned in 1 minute. Anyway. How are you, Danny?
I'm well, thank you. How are you doing?
I don't know if you heard, halfway through my intro, I paused on a certain bit, because I think I keep forgetting that I don't do this weekly, although it's becoming back to a weekly podcast. So I've now changed it from a weekly podcast talking about cosplay blah, 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 to a podcast series. But my brain had a brain fart moment. I just went, a podcast series? Is it? Because technically last week I missed one. I missed a release date, but I was traveling around Europe a little bit, my world tour of Europe. And so I missed one last week. I think I was meant to pre-record one, get it out, but there was a lot going on in that month, and there's still a lot going on. Anyway, We will talk about yourself, your cosplays, and your hijab. But more importantly, I forgot to put one of my phones on silent, and I just told my guest about to put their phones on. Who is it? Let's call this person out. Who is it? Who? Oh, it's my sister. It is my sister who has messaged me, and it says yummy, as in she's got food showing me. Oh, what is the food? It. Oh, hang on. I need to reply this very quickly. What is that? That looks tasty with a explanation point. Yeah, and I am keeping this all in the podcast, so don't think I won't keep it in. Oh jeez, right. Put on the do not disturb. Hopefully that will keep it silent. Anyway, oh my god. Talk about keeping phones on. I swear I put my phone on silent. And you still there?
I'm here.
Oh, good. Just checking. You've been so quiet. You're so quiet. And it makes...
I may have accidentally muted my mic without realizing. I've been calling you food and cosplay and doesn't know food for the last 10 minutes, and you didn't hear me.
No, I didn't actually. I really didn't.
Yep.
So
I tutted at you. I said, imagine food and cosplay and doesn't know his food.
No,
Terrible.
I do know my food. It was just, it looks...
What does it look like? Describe it to me.
Okay. No. It'd be even better. I'm gonna screenshot that because I need.
Are you gonna show it to me?
Yeah. I'm gonna send this via your Instagram.
Come on.
I'm taking it out of my sister's face so that you could only see the food.
That's fine.
You describe this food to me, and tell me if you think this looks okay. It's getting to you. Sorry, I've just got distracted as usual.
That is fine.
But what was I saying? So yeah, I was at this dinner do on Friday, and I swear I did put my phone onto silent. Okay. And I said it's on do not disturb and all that. Hang on, let me just put that onto no noise, and then it actually made a noise, and I was and this thing. I don't know if you saw the photo on Friday. I uploaded it. I was in a tux. I put it in my stories. So I've now sent you the photo. You tell me what that looks like, that food. But anyway, my phone goes off. I swear I put my phone on silent. And I went, oh no. And I was in this fancy place. I was wearing a tux, bow tie and everything. And I was like, I just quickly just took my phone out, just changed the setting a little bit and put my phone back and tried to look normal.
It looks like a sweet and sour veggies.
No, it does not.
It does. It looks like they could be either stir fried or sweet and sour.
Knowing my sister, it's not stir fry. It looks like how I cook when I want to cook something quick. Also, I know how much my sister eats, and that is a lot of rice and a lot of food.
I mean, I'd devour that.
Oh, I would. No, trust me, I'd devour that. I'm not. What's the word? Critical of my foods, shall we say? I can eat most foods and just go, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, indeed. Oh my lord. Anyway, sorry, I've talked a lot about myself already in the first 5 minutes. Let's talk about you for a second. Danny, how are you? How's the last 7 days and overall? Because I haven't spoken to you in a long time.
Yeah, about a month and a bit now since DreamHack, I think was the last time I saw you.
You saw me at DreamHack?
Did I see you at DreamHack?
No.
Were you not there? I could have sworn I bumped into you for a minute.
Maybe for a minute, but I wasn't technically at DreamHack. I was at the other one. I was at
MegaCon. Yeah. So I was at both, but I was sort of floating in the middle for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm sure I'd bumped into you because I think you asked me if I'm still down for this, and I said yeah. But before that though, it's been a while. I think it's been like since last year.
Yeah, definitely since last year because we've had this subject title for a few months now.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
it's both our faults. Like you've been busy, I've been busy, you've been busy, I've been busy. Then we forgot.
Life happens.
Yeah, life gets in the way and all that. But like overall, life is treating you well.
Yeah, life's good. Been very busy. Been working a lot. Been doing a lot more content lately.
Good.
Trying to organize myself and sort things out.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I think when this podcast goes out, I think my schedule would have been out and full up by. I would have thought by then all of my slots would be taken up.
Yeah.
Especially how little I'm actually releasing this time around, and I think that's going to be the thing I do going forward. what was I going to say? Yeah. So, but I'm doing a panel. I need to mention about the panel. I'm doing a panel. Hang on, I need to. Hang on. Whoa. Hang on.
Very nice.
I know. Nope. Ha 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 ha. Oh. Why are you not why are you no loading?
And why you no load?
Why are you no load?
Load,
oh no.
please.
Oh no. It's definitely on the Saturday on the 27th of May. Have I got that right? No.
Is that MCM weekend?
Yes. Oh no, 23rd.
23rd. Yeah, it's the Saturday before.
The 27th is when my schedule goes
27th is a Wednesday. Best
Yes, I know. 27th of April is that all I was thinking of rather than 27th of May.
I see.
Yeah, 23rd of May, I'll be at the ICC building doing one of my podcasts. It's the food and cosplay room 101. So what
Lovely.
what would you like to put away into my little room type of thing? So
very nice.
just thought I'd get that plug in now, and I'll probably say it later on. But
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I think.
You think?
I think. One of the reasons why I'm doing these panels, because one, it helps break up the day a little bit, but two, I want to be better at public speaking, or at least be in front of an audience. And I did it last year, and it was all right. I think it went all right. The one thing I did ask my friends those who came, I said, "Is there anything I could do to improve?" They said, "Yeah, you could look at the audience a little bit more." And yeah, I was like not looking at the audience for a reason. I was getting so nervous. Have you ever done public speaking or panels?
Yeah, I do panels quite often.
How do you,
most events that I'm at, I'll be on a panel at least once or twice. DreamHack, I was on 2 panels and I did a streaming slot.
Oh wow! Oh, but you do, I was to say you do a lot of streaming, so you're pretty. I would like to think you're pretty good at talking to the camera.
Yeah, do you know what? I fake it till I make it sometimes, but it works. It works for me.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And you enjoyed DreamHack, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, it was very nice. It was well done.
Which one did you prefer, DreamHack or MegaCon that weekend?
Do you know what? I wasn't feeling great, so I didn't actually end up really going to MegaCon. I know it was really bad though. I was not feeling up for it. The idea of having to trek from one side of the NEC to the other made me feel ill. Like I was really I struggled. I had a lot happen at DreamHack, not in terms of the event itself, but outside of it. I lost a tire on the M42, and
oh Lord,
and didn't get recovered until 4 a.m. after I'd been at the event since 9 a.m. So it was a lot.
Yeah. Oh wow.
That was day one, and then I had a prop break, and I had all sorts. Someone dumped a can of Red Bull down my shirt in cosplay. It was a lot. So I think just by Saturday, I messaged the guy who owns it, and I just apologized and said, "I'm really sorry. I'm really not feeling well. I've had all this happen, and I can't do MegaCon on top of DreamHack. I think I'll actually collapse." And he was fine with it. He was very kind about it, and said, "Just don't worry, take care of yourself," kind of thing. But I think so. I can't comment on MegaCon, but DreamHack I think was done really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it definitely has the potential to fill that void in gaming events that the UK has at the moment, because obviously since we lost Insomnia, we haven't really had anything that filled that spot.
Oh, I know. Insomnia. I think you've lost Insomnia twice now.
No one really considered the
the
revival, quote unquote, of Insomnia as Insomnia. It was not going to be anywhere near as good, and no one's surprised that it failed.
Did you not want to rent? Did you not want to rent out a toilet?
Oh, yeah, 195 Portaloo. Must be shitting on a gold sea if that's how it costs. Swear to God. I hope I'm allowed to curse, because I've been holding back.
I was talking about arseholes earlier, so don't even worry.
True.
That's the 5th arsehole, I think. Oh, now 6th. Anyway.
There you go.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, no, that was crazy. Anyway, one day, I would like to break that down.
Honestly, I have so much to say. Get me on that.
How not to run an event by Insomnia. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Lord.
Anyway, So you enjoy? No, that's good that you enjoyed it. Yeah, I got a very quick history about DreamHack because I never heard about it, and I was saying in the podcast review of it that only after the event I was walking down London, and then I saw posters about DreamHack Birmingham. I went, oh, it's clearly they've been advertising it, but not like in obvious places. It was just down an alleyway type of thing on a billboard. So like,
Right.
I
Okay.
was like, they could have done. I mean, I don't know who and how it was advertised towards, but to the general public, I didn't know about it.
Yeah,
So
I think it was more kind of a if you're a gamer, you'll have heard of us
yeah,
type deal because obviously DreamHack
yeah,
in the
in Europe,
States and in
I want to say Sweden.
Stockholm is
Yes.
very, very famous. It's very well known. It's one of the bigger events.
Mm.
So I think it was very much catered towards, if you're a gamer and you know us, then come to the British one because it'll be big. Which I guess it in a way it works. But I definitely think, yeah, and for next time, I think they're probably going to do more advertising. Because I think they'll want to bring even more people in and have the whole NEC to themselves and things if they can do that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. If they take out, I mean, even that one half of that structure. Wow. That means
yeah,
that's a big event. And yeah.
yes,
Yes. Anyway, we're not here to talk about DreamHack. We're here to talk about you in a sense. And as it's titled, Me and My Hijab. I hope you like that title, by the way.
yeah. Me and my hijab, I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Cute.
I know. I like to think I spent hours, researching it,
Oh, bless you.
conferring with either friends or ChatGPT and all that. No, I just went, Me and My Hijab.
Nah, we don't endorse ChatGPT in these parts.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I work in IT support, so therefore I can see both sides of the argument. I do agree it shouldn't be shoved in our face and it shouldn't be used in everything. But it has its place and it has its uses when used correctly. But at the moment, it's just used willy nilly, and I'm like going, no, that's wrong. But
Mhm.
there are some good use cases. Like, what was it? This advanced AI is used to like detect breast cancer at a very, very
Oh
early.
yeah, no,
That's
absolutely, absolutely.
that's
I don't think that all AI is bad. Don't get me wrong. I just think things like ChatGPT, when they used, especially when they used out of laziness,
yeah,
are unnecessary.
yeah.
You know,
Oh, absolutely,
absolutely unnecessary.
absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's shoved in everything,
Yep,
and people are like trialing it out, seeing if it works. And
yep,
some people have made it work, some people haven't. And when those who have made it work, you think, is it something you should be doing? Anyway, that's
exactly. Yeah,
that's a whole different. Uh,
it is. It's a topic for another day.
yes, which I've covered in previous podcasts with Kevin Pack in a photography type of scenario. Do I want to bring it back? I don't know. I don't know if there's enough advancement that cosplays to. Anyway, still not talking about that. We're talking about you. We're talking about you.
Hmm.
Anyway, so I think I don't know if this was something that we spoken in a podcast or it was post podcast, but we were just discussing how only known you wearing a hijab,
Yes.
and I think I was fascinated enough to say let's make a podcast about your hijab, about your cosplays in hijab, what it means to you, so on and so forth.
Mhm.
I have an array of questions as always. I would like to go through them one by one if we've got time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I hate to ask the boring questions, and I do feel like it's such a boring question to start with. But let's first of all let's talk about you as a person. How did you get into cosplay? What made you go? I want to get in cosplay. I want to wear that character's costume on
Hmm.
me. I want to be out and about. How did you like join the community?
So I bit of background started when I was about 17. I'd been a fan of cosplay online. Back in the day, I used to see the likes of Alice and Tabitha and things like that, and the things that she created. But I always assumed that cosplay was done abroad. I didn't know that we even had a scene here in the UK, let alone local cosplay scenes and cosplay events, and comic cons. So
Mm,
I'd been a fan of it already. I was massively into, I loved my art as a kid. I used to draw. I used to do a lot of I used to build things and make things, and I always had my teeth sunk into a project. Um, and so, and obviously on top of that as well, huge gamer, big nerd, had a massive comic collection, the standard, standard teenage kid growing up being into all the nerdy things and not so much into the more quote unquote popular things that everyone else was into.
mm,
Um, Fast forward, I'm in sixth form, so kind of like college, and a friend of mine was uh we had aligning schedules and she'd bring in pieces of a cosplay that she was working on, and she'd sit and sew them during our free periods. And I couldn't stop myself. I was like, what is going on here? Like, this looks like a cosplay to me. And she goes, yeah, it is. We have this, this event coming up. I'm going, I think at this point it was about a week from when we were having this conversation. And I just asked, can I tag along? She goes, yeah, of course. So I fast forward, fast forwarded. No, I fast tracked a cosplay. I just kind of built like a very quick Storm from X-Men out of a bed sheet and some old clothes and some tinfoil, and a really badly done belt, but it's fine. And I wore it, and honestly, it was so much fun, and I just never looked back. That was it. Like, I was hooked from that day on, and I've been cosplaying ever since.
That's amazing. Sorry if you did mention this, but what was that costume? What was the first costume you?
Storm from X-Men.
Storm from Aurora Monroe.
Yes.
Have you heard the news about well, have you watched the animated series? Have you watched the revival animated series of the X-Men 97? And knowing there's the second season coming out, I think, later this year.
Yes, so I know that the second season is coming out. I watched the originals. I haven't actually watched the revival as yet, just because when it came out, bear with me, when it came out, a lot of life things were going on, and I just never had the time. And I still have it on the top of my list to watch, because it was one of my absolute favorite things growing up. I am a massive, massive X-Men fan.
I think you're in for a treat then, because I think the number of episodes they did, how it was progressing, like, damn, I wish they didn't leave it at that point.
Yeah.
I won't spoil too much.
I was gonna say, don't spoil it for me, but I've seen things. I've seen things, and it looks perfect.
Absolutely, honestly, oh god, if you wait until season 2 kind of starts and then start from one, well, I say season 1.
Yes, and then I'm never gonna run out of episodes to watch.
Yeah, exactly. You have a long season to at least watch for, like, you can keep. Anyway, that's cool. That's really good. So you caught the bug, with the cosplays and all that.
Yeah, and just never went back. But then more, obviously, as I've grown up, and the kind of content space and the gaming space, the cosplay space, the tech space, all of it has grown and expanded. I've just delved more into it, and I've just become even more like obsessed with it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the obsession then? What's I think you said you tagged on, you caught the bug, but what about it? What is it about cosplays you've gone, this is my scene, this is my community?
That's exactly it. That word community. It was the community that came with it. Me turning up in a literal bed sheet, a pair of jeans, and like a belt made of tinfoil, and people were so kind, and I was asking all these incredible cosplays around me for photos, and every single one of them would stop and have a conversation and would ask me, how are you finding it? Are you enjoying yourself? And as a young, like, 17-year-old who really struggled with kind of social interaction and making friends, because I always felt so outcasted by the fact that I was not interested in the things that everyone else was at the time, it was really important to me, and it was really special to me that I was able to feel included all the time, and that no one like treated me badly, and no one was mean or rude, or everyone made that time for you. And like I said, just seeing as well the work that people have put into their costumes. Even my friend, like, she did Bofa from The Hobbit, from the films, and oh my god, it was incredible. It just inspired me so much, and it just made me want to do more and do better. And I left that event with about 6 or 7 different ideas of different characters that I wanted to make next, and I was already planning my next cosplay, before the weekend was even done. And it was literally just a case of, I wanted to be a part of this group of people who shared my interest in all things nerdy and gaming, and all the rest of it. I just really wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to find more people that were into that.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think when I first met you, you were wearing, I'm gonna say, it's a Valiant. It was
Apex.
Was it Apex?
Yes.
I always get them confused. I'm
To be fair, the character that I choose as well would fit really well in Val, but no, it was Apex. It was Crypto.
Yeah, that's it, Crypto. And
yes.
I think I've seen you in others. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, your Spider-Gwen and all that, and amazing. I just do that. So, what about cosplay itself that lets you like, in a sense, express yourself into the community? What is it? Is it something giving you like confidence or a chance to be away from yourself, to be someone else for a day or so? Or what you know, what about cosplay itself that that it keeps you going in a sense?
Do you know what? It's a bit of both of those. It's the chance to, yeah, step out of, Danny and being a character for a day, but also it's very much like being able to show your love for a character in such such a unique and personal way. Fair enough if you like a character and you buy, for example, pins and attach them to your bags or your lanyards, or you get a
Mm,
phone case that maybe resembles, one from the show or the game or the film or whatever, or maybe you wear, merch from it. But then to become that character, it's like a whole new level of um it's kind of like paying tribute in a way.
mm,
And I really like that, but also for me as well. Like I said, I've always been super into my creative kind of outlets and never really had a specific outlet to put that into.
yeah.
It's being able to show off that, like, I built this, I made this, I was so inspired and so, fell so in love with this character or this series or this whatever, that I
Yeah.
put my time and effort into making this and making myself like this person.
Mm.
um it really just gives a whole new kind of like feel to that thing, whatever that may be, that piece of media. It really makes it feel like it's such a bigger part of your life and a bigger part of you. And I really like that. I've always been like very big into people who, like, I love when someone loves something, I love hearing the passion that they have for it and the love that they have for it. So being able to like express that as well, it's a very cathartic thing.
No, absolutely. Like I say, you've done such a range of cosplays. I'm looking at your Instagram right now. You've done like Apex and Loki, like Assassin's Creed.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say Enzo, but I know I've got that wrong.
Ezio.
Ezio, yeah, see, I knew it. You've done V from League of Legends Arcane.
Yes, yeah.
You've done, and I've shot some of these as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I can see how those type of character is. How do you pick your characters then? How do you decide? And this will probably lead into another question later on. But
Mhm.
is there certain characters you're looking for? Is it characters that either impresses you or characters that represent you or you want to be?
Mhm.
What are the criteria, or is it just the design that made you go, oh my god, I love that design, I need to wear that?
Normally, it's a bit of both of those. It's normally a character that I feel really strongly towards. So a character, for example, if it's let's say a show or a movie, it's a character that I relate to maybe on a bit more of a personal level. Whether that's their journey or their personality or their kind of characteristics in a sense. Or it's a design thing. I look at the design and I just think that is I need to make that. At the minute I'm not at the stage where I'm making kind of things for other people. So I do tend to want to make them for myself, or generally speaking, if I see a design, I'm like, I want to make that for me. I want to wear that. I want to look like that. Um, but normally, honestly, it's a bit of both. It's a mix of I really like this design, plus this character is like, it's a bit of me, so I want to become that character.
No, I feel I get that. I totally understand. I really do. I really enjoy hearing when what and how they pick their characters to wear, and things like that. So let's get into the meat of this podcast, and and I think through my own ignorance, I think I should ask this question: what is a hijab? I know you wear one, but I don't understand its cultural significance to you.
Mhm.
So could you explain that to me and anyone else who may not know what a hijab is?
Of course. So the hijab is the word hijab, generally speaking, means covering. It is a practice in my religion, which is Islam. I'm a Muslim, and it's prescribed for both men and women in different ways. But for the typical sort of hijab that people know is the headscarf. It essentially is used to cover your modesty, and it's for that exact reason. It's to kind of preserve your modesty in front of people who shouldn't really be looking.
Mm.
So the headscarf is part of the hijab covering of, the sort of the body is also part of the hijab, but it's generally speaking nowadays just used to refer to the headscarf.
Oh, okay then. Oh,
Yes.
But it doesn't have to be a headscarf. Could it be something else? I can't think of what other material or what other.
I mean, yeah, people use different kinds of materials depending on their preference, depending on where they live. Some fabrics are a lot thicker than others and might be more uncomfortable if you live in a hotter country, for example.
Mm,
Absolutely, it does not have to be a specifically like a shawl type material like I wear.
yeah.
It can be anything. Some people prefer to wear, for example, different styles of it where they cover. So some people, for example, are more comfortable having their neck on show. Some people are not. Some people cover all the way to the eyes and leave the eyes on show. Some people are more lenient with it and they show their face like I do. And
Mm,
it's very different person to person. It's mostly the general idea is that it's what makes you feel most comfortable and most
mm.
like you are honoring what God has asked of you, if that makes sense.
No,
So we've been asked to cover our modesty and to be modest.
mm,
That definition of modesty is very different person to person. And again, a lot of it factors in, where you've grown up and how you've grown up and the kind of people that you've grown up around and all of it.
no, I get that. I get that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are known as hijabi. Who? I've
Yes.
learnt what hijabi means now.
Yes.
Yes. So just if you want to explain what hijabi is, so
So as I said, the hijab is kind of like the covering. A hijabi is the person who wears that covering.
every day's a school day.
There
So,
you go.
oh god, I do feel like I'm walking on landmines here when now I'm in the area that I'm what's the word uneducated on, and some might say I should have done some research on this, but at the same time, I went, no, I want you to tell me. I want you to
Mm,
tell me what I should know and things like that. So, hopefully, you don't mind me being this ignorant about it.
not at all. Not at all. Happy
uh,
to teach.
yeah, no, I mean that's an interesting. Do you actually have to explain yourself to other about wearing a hijab itself to other people? If you get what I'm saying, forget the cosplay side for a second. We'll come to that later. But yeah, do you feel like you have to explain yourself when you're wearing a hijab, or is it now fairly normalized?
Um, Depends where I am.
Mm,
And in what context. There have been times, yeah, where I've had the conversation of why do you wear it and what does it mean and things like that. It tends to come from a good place. People just want to know more. They want to learn, like you said, every day is a school day.
mm,
Um I don't really often have to explain myself in the sense of having to justify myself anymore. That it's quite accepted now and as it should be.
mm,
Um, but yeah, no, I do still sometimes have to kind of explain what it is, why it
mm,
exists, what the point of it is. Some people still have misconceptions about it, and about what it kind of represents. And so I do still find that at times I do have to, explain that to people and kind of put those misconceptions to rest.
mm.
But again, it just really depends on who I'm talking to and in what context and where I am.
No, no, yeah, I totally understand that. I do get that. So in that case, then.
Mm.
But I think I think now I understand. I probably already know the answer to this question, but I think I still want you to answer it. So, why incorporate the hijab into your cosplay? Because we'll come later to this question about characters, but there's not many characters that do wear hijab. So, why incorporate it into your cosplay?
Honestly, I best way to answer that is to hit you with why not. It
In
it, the hijab is part of me. It's something that I wear
mm,
every day. It's a choice I make every day.
mm,
Why not use it as part of another part of my life that makes me so happy and that I do all the time, you know? Why put that aside when I'm in cosplay and then wear it normally? Like
mm,
you wouldn't, for example, I don't know, very, very, very like random example to give and not necessarily related. But for example, someone who is maybe disabled, they wouldn't put away their mobility aids when they cosplay.
mm.
They need them, they rely on them, they use them every day in their life. So why wouldn't I do the same for my religious
Yeah,
dress?
yeah. No, 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 I totally understand that, and I can imagine some people might go, "Well, hang on, if you've got a disability, that's one thing. That's
Yeah.
something they can't
Oh yeah,
choose."
absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
but
Yeah, some people do question it in the sense of, well, why don't you just wear a hood? or wear a wig to cover it.
Yeah.
And the idea of that is that it's not supposed to, if you're wearing a wig, you're basically showing what you'd look like with hair at that point.
Mm.
There's no difference to that to just wearing your hair out. So that's why like we don't normally see hijabis wearing wigs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, not to say that there aren't those who do, but that's between themselves and
Yeah.
um for me though, that is why, like, if I'm going to do something that challenges me creatively, why not give myself that little bit extra challenge of finding a way to make my hijab work with it? And
Yeah.
you never know, it might bring someone else out there some inspiration and say, actually, hang on, if they can do it, then so can I. And I love that. I love that
Yeah.
idea because I found inspiration from others.
Oh, who have you found inspiration from?
Um, there are a couple of different people who used to. Some of them don't actually do it anymore, so I don't know if they'd want me to bring it up. But I there are
Oh,
cosplayers
fair
out there
enough. Yeah. Yeah.
who are hijabi cosplayers or cosplayers who wear the hijab, who use their hijab in their cosplay, but also just like I said, in general, like I took a lot of inspiration from certain cosplayers who had things like, like I said, like mobility aids or things like that, where they couldn't not use them, but they managed to find a way to make them fit so well. And I wanted to do the same for me. I didn't want to have to put aside something that's so important to me to pursue something else that's important to me.
Yeah, no, yeah, I totally understand that. Yeah, because I was trying to think who I've worked with. There's someone in the States that uh, have worked with. I was going to say no, but I think it's been so long now. I think I've gone back to Stranger now. But I think they did actually come back. They come to the UK once, and I tried to like meet up with them, but I totally
Yeah.
missed out on them. But
I mean, there's a couple of them. Like I can name a few if you want me to name a
so,
couple that I follow now,
yeah,
but
yeah, go for it. Yeah, yeah.
so one that I love at the moment that she's like amazing is a lovely girl called Annie.
Mm.
I think her Instagram is Kitty Kitty, but with the eyes and Kitty replaced with X's.
Okay.
There's another one called I'm trying to think now. Who else do I follow that still does it? There was a girl called Luna, but I don't know if she still does cosplay anymore. But
Mm.
she was one of the original ones that I took inspiration from. Um, let me think.
I know it's
Um,
yeah, it's a very as I say, a small set of community that seems
it's
to
not the biggest, yeah. I will
yeah
say it's growing,
yeah
but it's still not like massive, massive. But yeah, Queen of Luna, by the way, that was her thing. I forgot to mention that.
yeah
She was one of the originals that I took loads of inspiration from. I followed her since I was a kid.
mm,
And I just really wanted to everything she did was just stunning, and I needed to, I needed to do
yeah.
that. I needed to be that person.
I found the
Um
person who I know from when
oh
I
yeah?
was at New York Comic Con. They go by is it Hella Lee Pop
Her
HELR.
lollipop is incredible.
Yes.
She did come to the UK. She came for a panel actually that we were on together.
Yes, I think I did. Yeah, and I was trying to like catch you guys, but I was as ever I was busy with everything. I was. I think they did. I know they did. They did Thanos. That looked
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, 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 yes.
So yeah,
Yeah, she's
that
incredible.
yes. So I just thought I'd just mention that in there. Um, just to move it along the conversation a little bit.
Mhm.
So you've caught the cosplay bug.
Yep.
Bug. You want to like incorporate your hijab.
Yep.
What decision do you make to like pair the two together? Do you think of the character then go, how can I incorporate a hijab into that? Or come what may, the hijab will be there and it will be. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you go? Oh, actually, this character may not work with a hijab. I don't think it would work well.
Mm.
It's not either not recognizable or it takes too much away from that character
Mm.
core character. Is there anything like? Do you think like that, or is it like no? Every character I do will work with a hijab.
um no, not every character will work with a hijab, and I don't sort of,
Mm.
delude myself into thinking that. Um the you know how I said I look at the design and think that
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
something that I would want to wear. Obviously, there are certain characters that, for me personally, they are too. For example, they reveal too much, of their body or their skin,
yeah,
or maybe the context of that character, for example, is maybe not something that I think aligns with my faith, and so I wouldn't want to, even though I like the character, I wouldn't want to portray that character. If that makes sense.
Do you know what? I didn't even think about below the neckline. I just assumed, yeah, you're just thinking about the hijab and that's it.
Yeah.
You
No,
really,
so
I
the
can see.
context
Yeah,
the
yeah, carry on.
context matters as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I didn't think about. You just mentioned about how much you don't, your faith doesn't want to show too much skin,
Mm.
and yeah, that does cut a lot of. I'm not saying a lot, but it does cut a good proportion of characters that you could do, or
Yeah.
designs that are, that you could have done. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
that's really interesting to hear that out loud. Actually, now that I'm thinking about, it, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that makes perfect sense now.
Yeah. Obviously there are some where it's very easy to get around it, and it's quite like I said, it can be a bit of a challenge to, like, okay, how do I cover this character up, make
Mm,
it sort of suit me more without compromising what the character is and how they look and what they stand for.
mm.
But in some cases, I'm not gonna lie to you, I just wouldn't go near it. Like, there are certain characters that I appreciate and love, but I wouldn't want to cosplay. I just don't think they're for me, and that's fine. Um, but yeah, when it comes to, like, deciding on whether or not a character fits a hijab, 9 times out of 10, I will go into it with the mindset of any character can wear the hijab. I just have to figure out how to style it in a way that it will
Mm.
look like the character, in a way that, if this character I've had this thought process recently of, if this character did wear the hijab, how would they want to wear it as well? And that has been
Ah,
a really interesting shift in mindset for me, because it's made me almost change how certain things are done. Like,
yeah, yeah,
if I, you know what I mean? If I want to do a character, and normally I would have gone with, how can I make my hijab look like their hair?
yeah, yeah,
Nowadays, I go into it a little bit with the mindset of, okay, how would they wear a hijab if they did wear one? Would they wear a turban style? Would they wear a wrap style? Would they wear a style that covers the neck and chest? Would they wear a more open style? Like, what would they wear? How would they style it? And it's been really cool to, like, experiment with those kinds of things, especially more in a casual sense, maybe than like a big convention, kind of
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
It's been a really nice thing to try out.
Okay,
Um,
interesting.
yeah.
Can you give me an example, like a quick thought process for a character?
Yeah.
We can use one that you've done before. Let's say Spider Gwen.
I was gonna say that was actually the example that I was gonna give. So
Ah,
Spider-Gwen, obviously, the version of her that I did was from the Into the Spider-Verse films, Into and Across the Spider-Verse. In those films, she has, like, essentially a very short kind of pixie cut, but she has kind of like a long fringe on the side, and it's dip dyed. When I did my cosplay of her, I decided to go with just a very pale sort of pink hijab and just have it kind of come down a bit longer on one side, just because in my head I thought, right, okay, she obviously doesn't wear the hijab, but also I don't really want to go about having to dye a scarf that I wear, because I use all the scarves that I wear day to day. So I didn't want to have to dye it and then not be able to get that dye out, or have to, get a whole new scarf altogether. I thought that, like, if I was this kind of character, she's a badass, she's very edgy, she's different, she doesn't like to be the norm. She would probably have the similar sort of style, but have it on all in kind of one, maybe, color palette, and then tie it in with her suit. So
mm,
that's kind of why I did it that way. Rather than, again, just putting a hood up and just pinning it down, for example, or just mimicking her exact hairstyle with a scarf.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I've just seen it. I've just picked up. Just going through your profile, just
Yeah.
seen it, and I think at the time I didn't know. I didn't really pick up the different hijab color
Hmm.
difference to the rest of your suit. And yeah, because I know naturally she has a hood anyway, but
Yes.
to incorporate the hairstyle as the hijab itself, I think that's a genius move. I think that's
Thank you.
absolutely beautiful. Yeah, the photo I'm looking at was taken by, is it Zarara photo, XARA photo.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That
that
was MCM 2 years ago, I think. Zara took
it
that
doesn't
photo.
say when, but it was posted, yeah, 2024. if that
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah, yeah,
So.
yeah. I got the picture a little bit later down the line because I think I forgot to reach out and ask for them back. So, because Zara's not from the UK, you see, they're Italian. So, they came
Ah.
over. Yeah, yeah, they came over. They had a select few people that it
Mm,
was actually really nice. They knew exactly who they wanted to shoot with. They approached me and said, "Look, can I shoot this cosplay with you?"
mm,
And I said, yeah, of course.
mm.
And then I forgot to hit them up afterwards to get the photos back. And I think obviously they not being from here probably didn't realize that they hadn't sent them across.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of
But
course.
yeah, yeah,
No, I'm glad that you were able to get those photos and things like that.
yeah.
It's a really good example that I think you explained to people. And I'll if I can, I'll do a link to that photo so that people can have
Yeah,
a
thank you.
visual look to that cosplay. Um, as we mentioned about character Paul and all that,
Mm.
do you wish there was more hijab characters to cosplays in the general media, both in, shall we say, comics, in TV, films, or do you actually enjoy like blending your culture, your hijab, into existing characters that are mainstream or even niche characters?
Oh, I definitely wish there were more.
Yeah, no, I
I
get that.
definitely wish there were more. Of course I do, you know. Again,
Yeah.
it's I didn't see characters that looked like me when I was growing up. I always
Mm.
had to imagine what they would look like if they did have the hijab, or if they did have, brown skin, or if they did whatever, whatever. Like if they looked more like me, what would they be like? It would be so nice to see more of them, you know, already be that way naturally and natively rather than me having to reimagine them.
Mm.
Having said that, though, as I said before, I really enjoy the challenge of kind of how can I work my hijab into this? How can I work my a little bit of me into this, a little bit of my culture as well, and make it kind of suit my aesthetic better.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think I'll always say that I would love it if there were more characters that looked like me, just in general, not like me specifically, but
No,
like hijabi characters, or
absolutely. I
yeah, or
mean,
characters that dressed the way that we do, for
yeah,
example.
exactly. I mean, if you do a Google search, I literally just Googled it now, hijab comic book characters.
There's very few of them.
There is hardly anyone that I
Yeah.
can see that I am noticing. I mean,
Yeah.
there's references to Miss Marvel.
Yeah, but again, Miss Marvel canonically doesn't wear the hijab.
No,
She's
exactly.
Muslim. She doesn't wear the hijab though.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, there's Pfizer Hussein, Excalibur.
Mm,
That's one of the few, one
yeah.
of the very few.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and I know you wouldn't want the book industry to like turn upside down just to put every
oh no, no, of
no
course not.
no, but like you said, just a bit more representation
Exactly, exactly,
into the media.
exactly.
Yeah, I know it, no pun intended, or not a pun, but it is a foreign concept to a Western world to add
Yes,
more of this, but the world is becoming more more mixed, more blended, more
exactly, exactly. And
know
when you
the
think about it, it's less like it's more common now to walk in the street and see people wearing hijab.
yeah
It's quite a normal thing now, you meet
yeah
them in the workplace, you meet them in all walks of life, all different
yeah.
areas, so why not incorporate that
Mm.
into modern media as well?
No, absolutely, absolutely. Cool. No, absolutely. I'm going to ask a very selfish question as a photographer
Mm.
here and ask, is there anything I need to do to make you feel more comfortable wearing a hijab or the way that I should take photos of your hijab? Do you get what I'm saying? Do I need to change any behavior I do? Do I have to go, oh, I see a hijab. Do I need to make sure that's quite dominant in the picture, that's all there, or do I just treat it like it's any other shoot that's do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's actually a really nice thing to ask. It's not a selfish question at all.
Mm,
I think it depends again person to person. So it's definitely worth if this is something like you would want to consider when you're shooting with more hijabi models as well. It's definitely something to ask other people rather than just me. But I would say that for me, um, I always like to I like to kind of have the I guess hijab be if it's
So
It's a difficult one. No, I've not. You know, when you've never been asked a question, so then
yeah.
you have to
Well,
having to like think, what do I actually
well, if
want?
let me talk then for a second and see how if this changes how what I
Sure.
say to you then. So the way that I've approached with you is no different to any other
Hmm.
person that I meet that is not wearing a hijab,
Yes.
and I think it's because you see it as a normal attire to yourself. It's an extent,
Yes.
not just an extension to yourself. It is part of you.
Yeah.
Like you said, people have hair. They use their hair as part of their cosplay. I see your hijab as part of you. So therefore, I am relying on you to make sure that if it's an important part of the photo, to make sure it's there prominent in the photo. But at the same time, if you're not making a big fuss over it, or you're trying to show off the hijab, then therefore I treat it like any part of your person. So I would not go out my way to go, oh, it's hair. I must focus on hair.
Yes.
It's unless there's a pattern to your hijab that you're going, oh, I did some stitching in there.
Yes.
There's like a sequin pattern that I want to be focused on.
Yes, I
Please
was
put.
gonna say, yeah, I think a lot of the times, if it's me at least, I will tell you if there's a specific focus that I want when it comes to my hijab.
Mm,
If there's, a specific style that I've done, or like you said, like a pattern or a detailing that I really want to show,
yeah,
then I will tell you, I really want to focus on this. Is there any way that we can get this in? Or can we, do one of those where the kind of the fabric swoosh, where you like
yeah.
with a cape where you like let it sort of throw it in the air and then
Mm.
shoot that moment. Is there any way that we can do that? I will
Oh,
normally tell you.
absolutely. I mean, going back to the picture of your Spider Gwen, as much as the hijab color is not, it's not bright, it's not the focus point, but it's
Hmm.
there. And if I known better at that time when I shot you, I would have I would have probably should have asked you, do you want me to like brighten that up, make sure it's got a bit more focus
Mm.
on the hijab? You might go, oh, no, 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 it's meant to be that natural color, so it's not too much of focus, but I want it to be
Yes.
there. So it's that conversation to have to make sure that we are approaching your identity wearing the hijab correctly. and
Mhm.
and like I said, I always said that a photo should be a collaboration between two people or more,
Absolutely.
and making sure that you get what you want from the photo and I get what I get from the photo.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't mean to like put you on the spot with that question, but
No, no, not
was
at
there
all.
anything, so is what I said okay? Is there something you want to add more or tell me off for?
No, no, not at all. Absolutely not. No, honestly, I think you covered it really well. I think, yeah, it's definitely something that, it's good that you don't treat it any differently to anyone else. I don't think that anyone would want you to, or would want you to like,
Mm,
treat them differently because they wear the hijab or anything. Obviously, again, it's very person to person.
yeah,
Some people have different levels of what they're comfortable with, but they should always communicate that with you. So I mean, if for your own sake, if you'd want to know anything, just ask. Are you comfortable with this? Are you comfortable with that? Is there anything
yeah.
you prefer we avoid or we focus on? And let them tell you.
Mm. No, absolutely. And I think I've always relied on the person I'm shooting with telling me if there is something of importance to
Hmm.
say it. Yes,
Yes.
I could. I as a photographer should also ask as well. But at the same token, it's if you've got something of yourself that, and I'm not just talking a hijab, I'm talking about any part of your costume,
Yes.
any part of your cosplay that you want. I want some focus on something, or this is
Mhm.
important to me. Let your photographer know.
Absolutely.
I hate to mention this, us photographers, we are not mind readers.
Yep.
I
Yep.
I know it's a really bad joke, but no, what I'm trying to say is that if you don't say it out loud and then you regret it later, I'm not saying you should kick yourself for it, but if you don't tell your photographer about it, hopefully there's a next time. But at the same token, you'll be able to like sort you'll be able to speak to the photographer and go, could you just spend one moment just focus on something part of my
Yes.
of my cosplay, especially the hijab, things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, so yeah. um what was I going to say next? Oh, just reading my notes and I've really spelt something really badly, but I know what I've written there. uh you were talking about people that you've been inspired by
Yes.
as a cosplayer. Do you know if you've inspired others to like use their own culture or hijab into their cosplay, or have you seen others that have incorporated their culture, their religion into cosplay?
Do you know what? Every now and then someone will come up to me at an event or will drop me a message and say, I saw your cosplay and it inspired me to do this and that, or I saw the way that you do it and
Mm,
you're not apologetic about who you are and it made me think that actually I could do the same. I don't like to think of myself as someone who inspires others, but I would also like to think that yes, I probably have done at some point.
mm,
Um it's just one of them ones. You don't, no one wants to sit there and say, "Well, I inspire people, I got people to do this thing." But at the same time, I'm well aware that I came into especially more of the public side of content creation
mm,
with the mindset of there are so few people out there that look the way that I look, that wear the hijab, that do, this. If I can't find inspiration in others, I'm going to be that inspiration for myself. And
mm.
if that then makes other people think, actually, yeah, I want to try this, then great. So probably the answer to that is probably yeah. I probably have somewhere out there, someone probably has looked at mine and said, actually, if she can do it, why can't I?
Yeah, but do you know what the one part of that answer I actually like the
Hmm.
most is that you're not inspiring others, you're inspiring yourself to do
Yeah.
it. I think that's a lovely way to see it, because you're not doing it for others per se to say, hey, look at me, I can do it, so can you. You'll say,
Yeah.
hey, I can do it, so I'm going to keep on doing it.
Yes, exactly.
And
Exactly.
it's a lovely way to like view the world about it. And
Thank you.
do you get excited when you do see either both a person wearing a hijab at a Comic Con, or someone who is wearing a cosplay incorporating a hijab?
Oh, I absolutely love it. I
Mm.
love it. I'm one of those that like if I spot you in hijab, from afar, I will make sure that I beeline towards you just to tell you how insane you look. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it so much. I saw a group of lovely young girls at I think it was MCM May last year, if I remember
Mm.
correctly. And I genuinely I could not help myself. And then it wasn't until I went over to say hello, one of them stopped dead in her tracks and was like, "I follow you online. Like, I should be approaching you." That really, like, that was such a surprise. But I was like, "No, no, 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 no. This is about you, my dude. Like, you look so good. Thank you for, for doing what you do and for just yeah, and things like that are what inspire me is seeing people just do it so naturally,
Mm.
not because they want to make anything off of it, not because they want to be known for it, just because they're having fun with it.
Yeah, yeah.
That is always the best thing to see, and I absolutely love it.
Oh no,
Absolutely love it.
oh no, that's great to hear. That's really good to hear. Um, Yeah, because I mean, from a photographer's point of view, when if I see another photographer who might be struggling, or doesn't know what they're doing,
Mhm.
I won't go up to them and laugh at them or just go, "Well, what are you doing here?" and things like that. Sometimes I will go, "Would you like some help? Do you want some?
Yeah,
Do you want some pointers? Do you want some help?"
yeah,
Because I remember when I first started, and someone came to me and didn't laugh at me. They just said, "Ed, I know you. I've seen you about. Do you want some help? Do you what?
yeah,
What do you need to know?" And like I
yeah,
asked questions, and they said, "Yeah, you do this, do that. You set your camera like this." I go, "Oh, thank you, good sir."
yeah.
Oh,
It's about supporting each other, isn't it?
yeah,
At the
absolutely,
end
one
of the day.
hundred percent, 100%. Well, talk about supporting and all that.
Mm.
What advice would you give then about, you know, incorporating, you know, I'm trying to be broad with this question, so it's not just your hijab, but how would you incorporate, your hijab stroke, your culture, your religion into cosplay? Is there anything you would like to share amongst the people?
Honestly, I would say that if you want to do it, just do it. Don't sort of sit and overthink too much on,
Mm,
how it'll look or how it'll translate. Do it and then figure out the kinks later because you're less likely to put yourself off.
mm,
But also, I would say again the same way that I said, like you can make it work if you have an idea, you could fiddle around with it until it works for you. That applies to everything, whether it's hijab or otherwise, like any sort of item of clothing or tool or whatever can be used if you want to make it work. That's literally all it is. If you want to make it work, you will make it work
Mm.
one way or other. At the end of the day, it's we're all just nerds having a bit of fun. So don't like overthink it too much. Don't put yourself off by thinking, oh well, what if it doesn't? What if it? Try it and find out.
I take issues with you that I'm not a nerd. How dare you call me a nerd? Oh,
All right, all right.
actually, to be fair, I've been called a fake nerd before.
I mean, yeah, you're giving me that vibe,
What?
Mr. Food and Cosplay.
Look, just because I don't like Star Wars, or it doesn't make me a fake fan, all right, or fake nerd, wherever, or fake geek, whatever. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, and I don't like bacon. I get so much hate for that when I say that out loud. You don't like bacon? How dare you?
You don't like bacon?
You don't like
I mean,
bacon?
I don't eat bacon,
I know
so I'm with you
exactly.
on that one, pal.
But at least you have a good reason for it. Apparently, I don't. So that's something, Oh, gee. We're coming. Well, we're coming to close to the end of the podcast. Was there anything you wanted to mention about your hijab and cosplay, or anything else relating to this topic? Have I put you on the spot again?
Yes, you have. Very much so. No, honestly, I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, it's just like I said, it's just important to remember, like when in the context of cosplay, we're all just a bunch of geeks trying to have a bit of fun. There's no right or wrong way to do that. People will have their opinions. Some people will tell you you're good for it. Some people will tell you you're bad for it. Don't let the opinions of others get to you or influence you in one direction or other. Just do what you want to do for yourself, and if you're confident that you are okay with yourself as a person and the way that you portray your hijab and your way of like portraying yourself and your faith and all of it, then that's all you need.
No,
That is all you need.
that's absolutely fantastic. No, that's fine. Absolutely fine. No, that's absolutely great. Thank you for like talking about yourself, your hijab. I can only imagine how much you hate talking about yourself, how you don't want to be talking about yourself. Yeah, I'm just.
Yep. But no, anytime.
No,
Thank you for having me.
no, absolutely. No, I was trying to make a joke out of it because I can imagine you're not saying uncomfortable, but it is weird when you talk about yourself and
Yeah.
also an aspect and identity of yourself that
Yeah.
means something to you, and I can clearly hear how much this means to you. So thank you for like sharing your time, sharing your knowledge, and sharing your experiences about it. So yes, not a problem. Should anyone like to follow you on the social medias, where can they find you?
They can find me pretty much everywhere. I'm active on Instagram. I stream on Twitch as well. I have a Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook, and I'm Hijabihu across all my socials. So I'm very easy to find.
Fantastic. As your Twitch streamer, do you have days and times that you stream regularly?
Yes, so I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, usually around 8 p.m. UK time. And I stream a variety of different things from FPS to RPGs to funny co-op games.
Yes.
Just whatever the vibe is, really.
Yeah, because you were just telling me in the green room that you were just coming off watching. I'm going to say Valiant Raid. I could be wrong.
It was Apex.
Damn it!
Again, yes. Challenger Circuit and Pro League is on this weekend, so I've just been watching my orgs team absolutely dominate. And I just streamed some Apex myself last night. We were ranking.
Fantastic.
Quite fun.
Yeah. If anyone needs to find me on the social medias, if you go to foodandcosplay.org/links, you'll find all my social media links. Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, all of it's there. If you go to foodandcosplay.org/podcast, you'll find previous recorded podcasts with this guest, other guests, other subjects. They're all there. What else do I usually say? I've got a Patreon. I keep saying I need to relaunch it. I just need to find a weekend to like do it. But this weekend, as much as I have a free weekend to do things, I needed it to sleep. I needed to rest. I've had like 3 or 4 weekends in a row where I've just felt like the world has been moving fast as I have, or it's been going past me. So I just needed today to be a rest. So or this weekend, should I say? So things like that. Just in case you still want to book a slot with me, and there are slots, go to my website. There's a page for it there. Before I forget, just in case anyone was wondering about the picture, and I might actually put this picture up somewhere on social media. My sister did confirm it is sweet and sour.
Ha! I'm renaming myself to Food and Cosplay, in brackets, hijabi.
Yeah, no, it should be just food and hijabi,
Food and hijab, there you go. Fake. You're a fake.
It did not look sweet and sour.
It looks exactly like sweet and sour.
I can't understand. My sister doesn't usually order sweet and sour. I'm gonna have words with my sister. I'm gonna make. She's ruined me. She's
fake.
Ruined me. Anywho,
fake foodie.
Oh no! Don't say that. People will believe you.
Fake foodie.
On that note, we're going to end the podcast before I say anything else that will ruin me. I'm going to say goodbye, and Danny's going to say goodbye. So, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. I was right. No, food. Whatever.